How are you? I hope you're doing well. If you're watching on YouTube, you can catch us live at twitch.tv/talksmout2. And if you are watching on YouTube and you like what you see, maybe leave a like, maybe leave a comment, maybe subscribe. And if you don't like to see, feel free to leave a dislike and tell me why. Either way, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and let's get into this. Oh, let me quickly put this out onto the Discord. And hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, I mean, hopefully. Let's get the music changed first. Music change first. And then I can get the game up and rolling. I should check probably that it's actually the mic's actually working as usual. Just because I'm gonna check forever after unless I get like a confirmation earlier on. Just because. Oh, hello Thomas. You can hear me? Cool. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? Let's get the game up and rolling. Oops. Right? Just yes or no. Mic working? Hello? Thomas? I need to dump things, but hello? Cool. Just wanted to make sure I was... Yeah. Alright, so we're doing Java today. Which means we're gonna probably work on that frog light farm. I did look up a couple different tutorials. None of them are exactly what I'm looking for. So I think what I'm gonna be doing is my own thing, which is kind of to be expected. Alright, in theory that should be more than enough. It's not really a lot left. Yeah. Gotta dump the lava in. I have more than enough. Yeah. And there. What's still left in here? Chicken, just chicken, basically. Huh? What am I... Oh. What do you mean? To plan things out, or what? Getting ready for the stream? Not sure what you mean exactly. Alright. I'm gonna take half the chicken. Alright. Well, if it's about getting ready for streaming and the like, I just need time to focus. I typically give myself about 10 to 15 minutes of just focusing on getting the stream ready. I might listen to something while I'm doing it or whatever, but it's all about just kind of getting yourself in the right state of mind, if I'm being honest. Other things I do is I'll listen to music and the like as well, I guess. Put something on. Like currently I've been listening mostly to Amber Run. Gotta love that vibe. But it's all about like just getting your mind in focus and stuff. It's just effectively just determining and all that. That's really my best answer. Giving myself time to just think and prepare. It helps that I have to deal with the internet, make sure it'll run properly, so I have that time. But I just put this. I need to fill this in. I'll just put these in here for now. Get out. But yeah, that's my answers. It's just kind of like I've had to focus. Work through what I'm planning to do for the day. Draw things. It depends. What I'm up to, like, kind of thing. Like, just get the brain thinking, you know? That's the real answer. Get it moving. And it doesn't have to be on, like, specifically the stream itself. Like, I mean, like I said, I do draw. I mean, as you can tell, I'm sure. Honestly, I should probably make a new background at some point. Let me see, what else? But yeah, I honestly, though, for like actually getting ready for the stream, I start about half an hour to an hour beforehand. Doing things like making sure I have my drinks getting set up and all that in advance so that I can just grab and go. That helps as well. And then once I've done everything, then I take some time to just let my brain do what it wants to do. Before getting back into focus, taking about 10 minutes to do that, and then yeah, then I can actually stream. Get it logged in and everything. I see. I mean, you're welcome to, I guess. Like I said, it doesn't even have to be about streaming, like, to get into focus. Like, for example, I mean, I worked on a birthday card for a friend. Did that. I've done that. Or just in general. For the kind of, like, one of the many different story things that go through my head that I'm like, oh, that could be interesting to try and work on, and then I get reminded of how slow I am at drawing. Unfortunately. And at the time I finished drawing, like, it's kind of, sort of out of my head whether I want it to be or not. Anyway, like I said, frog lights. So, I need to decide how big it's going to be and stuff now. I've got the basic gist for what to do. So I'm going to go look at that and just try to figure out what I kind of... Maybe I use glass on the bottom part. The storage system. I forgot about that part. I'm like, oh yeah. That is necessary. Do I have any emeralds for glass? But yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. We have some glass. I take about half the emeralds and I'll go buy some glass. But yeah. And sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to look at something. And then I go do that. Like Froglight Farm. Of which 90% of them... for me, I tend to start with the body. Drawing out with, really kind of janky looking, like... I'm not, like, drawing, like, a... but... I tend to draw out, like, the body and size and all that's going to be first, because well, I mean, eyes can be adjusted. It's easier to focus on, and especially since I do it on my phone, it's just easier to kind of, do that first. So that I can resize and everything, and then I can get to the whole... We're just going to start with this. I know I'm going to need more glass than this, probably. Because this is going to be the bottom, but this is just to kind of work out how much space I actually want to use. Because I'm not too fussed. I probably should be more fussed. But I'm not. You know what? I'm going to grab some bone meal. Or some bones to make some bone meal and get some of that down there. But yeah. I tend to start with the body. I did start with the eyes before, but I have found that it can, like, it can be more frustrating later on because then you're drawing with everything else around that. Whereas with the eyes, the only thing you're having to draw around is the body size and shape, which you've already got set up at that. Yeah. I wonder... Oh, it just works. Cool. Nice, so that does work like that. Okay. Lovely. Perfect. But that's my answer, is I start with the body, and then from there, figure everything else out. Alright, I saw there's some sunflowers on the other side, that's why I'm grabbing bone meal. Oh, bet on me? No. Probably have bought more glass as well. Anyway, but yeah. Not perfect by any means, but I definitely think that it is best. It's also easier to work out the shape of the face without the eyes. But like I said, this is something I just kind of... I'm not always perfect. I've got plenty of things sitting in there that I just... Heck, I mean, nobody's perfect, for one thing. The world would be very boring if they were. There was such a thing. You know? Man, like, I know I'm definitively, to some extent, the opposite. Oh yeah, I did... I can't remember what this is. I come across stuff to do underground. I marked it all out. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, there's no such thing as perfect. That is the most boring thing ever. You know? Yeah. That's my opinion, at least. I'm trying to think, like, what else? Thank you, buddy. Alright. I know I didn't actually need that much, but I can work out how much space I have. Well, that's one, an anime, because that's DBZ, right? It also was a perfect cell. From what I remember of DBZ, wasn't he defeated? It was deemed imperfect. That is DBZ, right? Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball something. I don't remember what Dragon Ball. Just remember Dragon Ball. Oh, hello. That's right, I forgot you're in there. Yeah, I was right, it was Z. You know, let's deal with this guy. I forgot. This is why I have those materials in my... Alright. I need... I go get that. See, I did remember right. It was Z. But, like I said, I mean, there's just a certain level of just... you can have perfection, but... It's... yeah, like I said, it's boring. Because the implication of perfection is simply that it's all one way. And that only way. Whereas I would argue that the best way to be perfect is simply to be imperfect, because that's just the nature of it. Heck, I mean, I've got definitely, I know that probably, I mean, I may have opinions that you might find weird, different, odd, That's just how it goes. I may do things the way you might not think of the same. That's just how the world kind of works. I may like pineapple on pizza. I don't know if I'm a philosopher. I think I'm just somebody with enough common sense to know how life really tends to end up going. Alright, did I have any... I think I just dumped things that I wasn't going to need anyway. Right? Oh, I have some of these in here already. I don't need this then. So I'm only planning on doing the one. It's simply put how it goes. I mean... yeah. That's my real answer. Thank you. But yeah, like I said, I mean, there can... things that makes one different is the things that makes them them. And like I said, that's what that's the biggest. Anyway, let me think. Alright, we're gonna get this guy out, and then we're gonna move him over. That way I can go over there and start kind of marking out what I've got, but... yeah, hi buddy. You... are gonna come out. This way. Thank you, buddy. Oh, you have a crossbow. I should probably at some point try to get you to drop that, huh, buddy? Nope, nope, nope. I forgot the gold. You're not going that way. I don't want to go get the gold because I just let him out. There's a decent chance he might go into... nope, 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 nope. Yeah, you're not going that way. You're not going that way either. Alright, come on. Yes. Aha! I didn't even need the gold. He just went right in. What are you holding? Oh, you're holding a sword. I should probably try to get him to break that at some point, just to... what do you mean? I mean, I have no specific reason why I'd say. If you're asking why I just say... like I said, I have no real specific reason, or anything to that. It's just how I do things. Oh, serve. Because was voted for. That's what Piz picked. Okay? And I'm not against that, so... yeah, serve vending machine. That was requested, I was like, sure. Notice, I have no problem with people naming things on my stuff. I want that food. Because food is useful. And I didn't pick it up. I let people choose. That's what got picked. I asked many other opinions. There were none. So therefore, that's what it ended up being. I'm not too picky. Good day. Honestly, I just thought I said sir. That's the end of Madame. My favorite number? 5. Number of points on a pyramid. Yeah, I hear ya. And I see you. Come on. Alright. Ow. But yeah. Ow. Rude. Rude. As I kill you. What is hitting me? Of the lot of them, who's hitting me? Oh, you make sense. Down there? Must be. Like, I'm not even... Right. Sure. Alright. Yeah. So this side, just to deem... This is gonna be the bottom of the farm. I think I'm gonna start from about here. 1, 2... Yeah. Or maybe I want to start... Like I said, it's not gonna be a very big farm. I might move this back a little bit more as well. Here, I probably will, actually. I could go back to here, and then I could just clear out the area that I need. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Actually, this will be a pretty big farm. 18, 19, 20, 21. So, probably 21 by 21. Like I said, I'll probably clear things out. I'm gonna need more glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Just gonna figure these out a second. $18, 19, 20. 21. At least that should be right, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. I'll be 10. I could probably clear it out on this side. $10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, I think that'll do it, you know? I'll make this a square. I'll get more glass. Like I said, I'll probably finish fixing up the area to get around and everything. I don't know. what I can do is, let me see. This is Y level 97. So I can move forward. 99. 98. 97. There. So then we have this here instead, which works better for me anyway, probably. Oh, I did it from there instead, but oh, you can go back the one and do all that. It's fine. Probably build back in the ceiling and all that or something. I don't know. I think that a lot of their texture changes were decent. To be honest, although some of them can be a little odd, like I like Netherrack's a little odd. I'm gonna need a stupid amount of glass, but it's fine. Oh yeah, also I learned if I want to do a basalt delta farm, what I should have done is I should have built it on the roof, and I'm like, I don't care. So, yeah. This is gonna be complicated, but that's my answer. So I need a lot of glass. Luckily we have villagers. You know, that's one thing I never understand when I watch someone do that. By the way, they'll go through, they'll smell all the sand, and I'll just be thinking, but villagers are so convenient. And I know it's probably just me being like, but it's true. I mean, that's what goes through my head. I'm like, Alright, might move all of this back one. Yeah, so that we can do this like this. Make it more comfortable just kind of way down. No, I mean, that's not it. It's just, it's actually more work to do the sand. Ironically. I should probably deal with that. I'll deal with that next time. And that's the thing. That's why I'm always just like... Out of all the resources, it's just... It's not an inconvenient one to have or whatever. And maybe it's just because, like, I played on the way I've done it for so long, but... Like I said, I don't really use them for the books in the same way. Like, I don't try to get every book and all that. But I will get villagers to do all the things that I feel like, yeah, I'll need that. Like glass. Other things include... Heck, the beds for the villagers. I'll just buy them from the villagers. Well, that's good. Sleep is always good. Hello, Mr. Vending Machine, Sir Vending Machine A and B. Alright, let's go find out what time it is in the day. Alright. End up that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and get some more... Actually, you know what? As long as I'm here anyway, I'm gonna make a couple more of these, the insides, be done. Other than the floor. I gotta fix the floor. Actually, I think I already did the floors, right? Yeah. I'm gonna do the backs so that they... Forgot to do that one. Or just done. Let's just go here for now. It won't go there for the end because they do need to get put back in, but for now we'll just do the backs. But like I said, yeah. Wrong order. There we go. So they'll look like that. We'll have the floors in. I'll go get them. And the ceilings. Yeah. Wait, I did pick up some more of these. Yeah. Like so. I only need one more. Perfect. Perfection. Life is good. Anyway, like I said, I did go and look at what I needed. Oh, it's night. It is night. Not long, though. Oh, it's day. Alright. My timing was so good, it's literally the sun is rising in the background. Which means little to no mobs. Yay. Alrighty, but like I said, I'm gonna need a lot more glass. So I should... I think you could make magma cream, but you could just use slimes. But if I had to guess, I mean, probably. You could just use the magma cubes, but that's what I do, but if I had to guess, you probably can use slime. Maybe, but I think you'd have to get the blaze powder first. If I had to guess. Because, I mean, obviously you can see I don't have the recipe in here. But I got no idea. I have no idea if it is or isn't. It makes sense. The real shame is that you can't turn it back into slime. I'm pretty sure it does work that way, that you can make slime into blaze powder, or with blaze powder into magma, but you cannot do the opposite. That is true. It'd be lovely if they had that. I mean, beyond just the, like, beyond just... I mean, if I'm being really honest, yeah, it'd be lovely if they would have some of that. Or at the very least, they'd have a way to... And again, I've said this before. I don't think it has to be something that would be early game content. You can have it be something later game. And just be like, well, at this point... But I think it would also make sense to have something like earlier... Like, some things to be more earlier game. For example... String is obviously available one way, but if you don't want to deal with spiders, I do think that the concept of being able to just kind of, without having to go down and go find it in a dungeon or whatever, I will be honest, I think, personally, alright, just a normal storm. I'm gonna make sure. I thought I heard something. What was I saying? I got distracted by myself. But I do think that the logic of being able to turn, for example, string, I think there is a logic to that. To be able to make out of wool, you know? And that's what I was saying. Or other things along those matter. Heck, perhaps you can make... And obviously you don't get as much out of it as you would put into it. So like maybe you can like get two string out of a wool. Maybe like you can construct a bow and get like 2 sticks out of it. And 1 string. It's not a lot, but it would be nice to be able to do something like that. Because otherwise you basically have a whole bunch of useless stuff. And a lot of times. Like yeah, I mean you could just get sticks or whatever, but... I want the option, you know? I'd like the option to be able to say, well, I'll just dismantle this bow instead of just having it sit in a chest or get destroyed, and then get materials out of it I can use towards making a new bow, potentially. Probably wouldn't, because, you know, you can always just combine them with another bow, but at the same time, it's just... There's just a certain level to it, I think. But for Pete's sake, it's a sandbox game. You know? Like, if I wanted to dismantle something, I guess I could just get a mod that would let me do it. I mean, there's a zillion of them, but it just feels... Like, it's something I would think would be kind of vanilla for some of them. Like I said, being able to dismantle a bow. I mean, I think that actually makes some sense. Or maybe being able to dismantle a tool. I don't think you'd be able to get as much out of it as you would have put in, necessarily, but... Maybe that's a way to add more use that isn't just... stick mending on something, you know? If they don't like mending, you know? I mean, that's what they seem to have been saying, as far as I can ever tell, from whenever I see anything. You know? And if they like mending, which, I mean, I guess maybe they do, because, you know, they stick it on everything. They just think it's OP or whatever. I mean, you can add other options. That's kind of where I go with it, is it's like, if you don't want everyone to use one thing, add other things that you can do that perhaps will allow for one thing or another. Perhaps you can get back your materials out of a tool. Alright. But, like I said, obviously never as much as you put into it. Gotta keep it balanced, quote-unquote, somehow, but... You can set it up, like if you have for example, a diamond pickaxe and it's basically gonna break. Perhaps you can choose to get 2 diamonds out of it instead. And a stick. Not both sticks, but like a stick. And then you're more than halfway to a new one without adding mending. Now you're going to have to re-enchant the whole stupid thing and everything, right? So you're still going to have to put that effort in, but it adds a different option to choose to do, potentially, if you don't want to use mending, but you would like to still continue. Or that you would like to not have to restart completely and totally. From where you're at, basically. Unless you have villagers. And it offers a more realistic solution towards some of it. Or heck, I mean, maybe they just change how things work as well. Like, I don't know. I don't know. That's up to them. Yeah, turn arrows into sticks, exactly. You could do that. And maybe... And depending on how you do it, perhaps there's a percentage chance of getting flint out of it, and a feather. Or a feather, you know? And heck, then that adds a use towards, like, the equipment you get off the zombies and stuff. That could make a form of an iron farm. Maybe you only get, like, from armor, 1 or 2 pieces of iron. Whatever, to make it not quote-unquote OP. But then imagine you get yourself a zombie farm like this, right? You don't even have to have, like, anything fancy. And it could potentially double or triple any iron output you would get out of this kind of thing. But, I mean, that's why they won't do it, is because of things like that. But it's like, I mean, why not? At the end of the day, this equipment's not going to be used. And at least it gives a chance for it to do something other than just be turned into, like, a nugget or two, which means that most people are far more likely to just toss it into a, like, I'm not most people, right? I'm actually going to cook these up and turn them into nuggets when I get them. Mostly because I don't waste anything, but... But I mean, there's a reason that a lot of people won't do that, because of how inefficient it really is. And it is inefficient. I mean, this is 3 iron nuggets and 1 gold nugget. And that is all that is. And I'm not saying that they should add, oh, when you smelt it, it gives you 4 or 5, mind you. But I am saying I wish there was an option that would allow me to just take it and deconstruct it for anything instead. Get materials out of it. Maybe also how damaged it is could affect it, but that would probably be too complicated, right? No. I'm just saying, efficiency-wise, it feels like there needs to be more to it than just... I mean, what they do is... I mean, it is kind of wasteful. It's that whole kind of... They claim that they're all for all these things, right? Then prove it. That's more where I feel like with it. And I mean, I find... I honestly find the way they do things to be quite insulting. Honestly. Because effectively what they're effectively saying is, oh, you accidentally kill an animal? Well, you don't even get anything out of it. It's just, like, and obviously, like, there's animals you're going to want to kill for food and all that, but I find it kind of just insulting and pretty hypocritical how they handle it. You know? I mean, that's just it. I just... You want to encourage healthy practices? Well, what counts as a healthy practice? Yeah, that is honestly where I'm at this point. It's actually healthier to, you know, be able to get something out of an animal to have at least something that's just like not, rather not healthy, but if they don't want to, from their own, the way they put things and stuff, right? If you don't want to specifically just encourage, oh, senseless violence or whatever, I would say stop adding mobs that add nothing but ambience. You can have them drop something upon being killed. At the very least, there's a reason for them to potentially die at that point. Whereas, like, right now, it's like, if I have to kill, for example, like, if I was to go to a savannah and I wanted something, right? I needed cows or sheep or whatever. I probably would end up having to kill a couple armadillos. Because they spawn stupid a lot, especially on Bedrock. And they fill up the mob cap. And if I need a cow or a sheep or whatever, I'm just gonna have to kill them, right? But I get nothing in return, so it's basically I'm senselessly just killing the animal for no reason other than I need a different animal. Whereas if at least if I get something out of it, it's like, at least it's not a complete waste of that animal's life, even if it's just pixels and all that, right? And obviously you get more out of it if you treat the animal properly or whatever, but... well, it's not even properly. As I've said, they have a weird thing going on there. But, like, beyond that... honestly... like, that's kind of where I'd go with it, really and truly, is... it's ironically a much... like, rather than encouraging... how do I put this? I'm never sure how to put this, I think, but effectively, rather than encouraging just nothing, because, you know, obviously they're like, oh, they don't want to put sharks in because, well, but what if kids grow up and want to kill sharks? That's the reason, right? So then the question becomes, okay, so why add an animal and effectively have the only reason for its existence to be... or there, to be more exact, and I know I shouldn't, I'm not getting into this too much, but it's very... but it does go along those lines. It's the same kind of thing, like, they do things because they don't want people to do whatever, right? Or they think kids are gonna get this, I don't know what, idea in their head. But I mean, what's the trade-off? Yeah, polar bears and pandas. Yeah, well, pandas. Polar bears actually do drop something, shockingly. They're one of the last animals to actually drop something when you kill them. Alright. Because they drop fish. They drop fish. But pandas don't, yeah. That's not exactly that. It's like, you can have them drop things. It doesn't make people go, oh, I'm gonna go kill it. Them in real life. I mean, for Pete's sake, how many kids actually go in and go, oh, in real life, or that go, like they turn around from, like, going and killing cows in Minecraft, and then go, oh, I'm gonna kill cows in real life. Unless they're, like, oh, a farmer or something like that. But outside of those kinds of situations, like, really and truly. How often are they really? And the answer is not. Same question of, well, how often do they, like, if you really wanted to go there, especially kind of thing, it's like, the same question would be, well, how often do they go and demolish ice caps? Or raid temples? Huh? Not sure what you mean. It's just my style of doing things. I know I could put it down the ground, but the fact is, eventually this is going to be removed. And there's going to be more buildings here, so there's not... we're effectively at the point where it's just like... I'm just making sure I continue to have the space and everything. That's all. There's nothing special about it. But that's where I go with it. I'm not saying it's... And it's the same kind of thing with the armor and stuff. It's like, you want to teach a good lesson? Teach reusing materials, rather than continuously having to go search farther and farther away. Heck, ironically... giving good examples. Ironically, I mean, instead, people basically, they create death chambers, right? For pigmen. So they can get the gold to trade with the living versions of those pigmen versus the zombies. Yeah. I mean... you know? Alright. I'm going to trade sticks for emeralds and emeralds for glass. I know I have emeralds in there, but for now I'm not messing with it. I mean, they could add a pigeon. It'd be interesting. And heck, I mean, the irony is, like... I'm gonna go here. I think the other things are just things like... it's kind of odd that there's... creatures you just can't, well... breed. Well, I'm not an advocate for it, specifically. Pig. Piglin is what I was saying, but Pigion, sure. That did not work. Or was that already like that? I don't remember. It doesn't matter. It's high enough. That's not going to cause too big of an issue. And all this is going bye-bye anyway. But, I mean, overall, all I'm really saying is it's the kind of thing where it's like even the materials and stuff, it falls in line with that, and animals and stuff as well. Yeah, I mean, well, they do. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and trade some sticks for emeralds and emeralds for glass to get some more glass for my magma cube. To Froglight Farm. Yeah. And the thing is, the other thing I'm left with is they don't want you to abuse mechanics, right? I mean, it's like, they don't want you to abuse, for example, the hero of the village exactly, or the raids or anything. Get the things that you might need. And it's just kind of like, okay, then provide an alternative. They don't. And the biggest fact is they never will. Not you. You're the only one that had... Thank you. Let me go get more sticks. Alright, let me sell these. It's a lot, but you know, I mean, it's yeah. I mean, that's my big thing, is I just kind of feel like it's like, you know, alternatives. Yeah. Do I have a basement? In real life? No. Not really. Honestly, that would be pretty weird here to find. Here in Florida. The sandbar that we are. The villager said, I see what you're doing. And just noped right away. Alright, Alright, we have 12 pieces of iron, but more importantly, we have 24 emeralds. That's enough for at least some glass. Thank you. Gonna turn all this glass yellow. And then we're gonna head back to the nether. It's not exactly floating. how do I put this? Basically, we're pretty much, I mean, we have, obviously there's places with dirt and stuff, but it takes a lot more there's a lot of aquifers in the lake in Florida. Which is why we get a lot of sinkholes. Kind of where, like, whenever you see, like, one of the stories, like, it's just like, okay, you're shocked your house, like, it's shocking it was so fast, somewhat, but, oh, I went the wrong way. But there is a certain expectation. Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, I guess you could think of it as kind of floating. But I mean, obviously there's actually still connections to the ground. To below, but... I know there were some scientific theories potentially out there at one point that, like, Atlantis would have been, if it is real and everything, right, would have been more akin to, like, what Florida is like. Like, that was a positive theory. I don't know if I probably dropped it at this point, but it was just, like, because it basically would have been on a bunch of inland on top of, like, aquifers, and so, like, effectively, yes, you have huge holes, and being made of limestone as well, there is just certain things to it. Effectively, mostly just limestone and sand. Yes, you have dirt on top, but in places. But you oftentimes will still find sand. I mean, that's just how it goes. The positive theory was that perhaps the reason that a tsunami of that nature would be because of that. That's my best way to explain. I don't... Like I said, I got no... I only remember... The reason I even remember that was it was, like, interesting. No, not like Skypiea. Skypiea is very different. More like... Would be a good example. It would be more akin... Well, I would use I have examples I would maybe use that would be more akin to that, but obviously more connected, but I don't think you would understand them. I'm gonna be honest. Because they're kind of like book. Or a series that wasn't necessarily that popular. It should have gotten more popular, but it is its own thing. Alright, now we're gonna find out if I counted correctly for the one side. I think I did. Maybe not. Maybe very much not. It's fine. I wasn't sure if I'd counted it right anyway, so it makes sense that it was wrong. Alright, that should be the edge of that, and then we'll just probably fill it in. But if I had to compare it to anything, like I said, I think a sandbar. Just one big sandbar that happens to have dirt on it. Yeah? I think that's my best explanation. So yeah. Alright, I think everything's basically covered now. Enough that it shouldn't matter. So we'll probably fill this in now. Yeah. I mean, I'll need more glass. I need quite a bit of glass. And, I'm not doing anything like trying to figure out chunks or anything, so this is going to be one of the most inefficient frog-light farms ever. But it's mine. So there's that. Okay. I want to make sure there won't be anything spawning down here. Kinda. I'm not too worried because of where we're at, but, like, I mean, you never know. Things always spawn in places you don't want them to, right? Alright, there we go. All the way back up. Not really. Eh. Oh, I got hit by something. I think a skeleton hit me. Like I said, there's not much I can do over there, so that's just gonna have to do. Like I said, before. Unfortunately, I can't control that side. As it is. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna actually put this like this. Things shouldn't spawn here because, yeah. But for now, we can actually go up and in this way. And then eventually, I hear more squishy boys, but you know what? It's fine. I'm not gonna bother trying to clear out too much. There's no way to. And I've already accepted. I'm not going to be getting very much out of this farm. I mean, let's be real here. But yeah, we're going to get glass, and then that glass is going to fill this area. And then I guess I make a collection system. Bye. And then we gotta build the farm. And I've looked at what I gotta do for a farm. It shouldn't be too hard. In theory. Mind you, it's still, as I said, theoretically. But there's no guarantee. There we go. Hi, buddy. Alright, what I need is... I'm gonna actually leave the iron here for now. Since it's a 21 by 21, let me do some quick math. Let me see. So I've put in about 3-ish stacks, 2.5 stacks. That would be a good guesstimate. So I need just to be able to, in a digestible number for you guys. Approximately 4.5 stacks, but not quite up to 4.5 stacks. About 4 1/3. It is nighttime. I'm going to get cooked like a goose. Oh well. Aim for the bed. Then run away. Also, I should probably build like some form of platform probably up top, but at the same time, I don't know if I really wanna. No, I don't want to deal with this. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Not happening. Hello, Pepper. I probably put this too close to the other one, but whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Alright, let's go up. Up. There we go. Me think. Like I said though, I think part of it is just I really do want to kind of get to the whole can I reach yet? Basically. Except for a very small amount. Oops, I don't want to do that because that'll just turn them into their leaves. We want this. What I really need is a hoe. Which will expedite this quite a bit, actually. Like so. And on multiple fronts, because now, in theory, while I go down, I should actually get some... Yeah. So as soon as I get down, I can go ahead and get more tree planted, probably. In fact, let's just... Oh, wait, I just saw the leaf I needed. Boop, 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 and down. Not too fussed about that. Of course, I have even more. We'll see which one comes out. Like I said, I think this one is just, it decided it's too close. Too bad. But that's enough for us to get a bit of more. Well, I mean, cats can't force you to do anything. They can whine enough to annoy you, but they can't force you. Technically. But if I had to pick anything, just sit still so you can snuggle on me. The other cats aren't really that big of an issue, mostly because they aren't mine. Sure, they're in the house, but they're my siblings' cats. And my mom's cat. So, you know, each cat is not gonna cause the same... Yeah. But, like at most, my cat is a cuddle fiend. So, he'll demand cuddles. Whoops. So I guess that's the best I can say that he would do. But other than that, no. Cat's pretty good behaved. Or well behaved overall. But yeah. Nuno's a cuddle fiend, so there is that. But that's about as much. Got no idea. All I really know is he's a runt. He has been an indoor cat his whole life. And I don't think he could survive outside. I really and truly do not. And I'm not saying this like because a cat person or whatever. I am literally just saying the cat doesn't even understand what raw meat is. And he finds it disgusting and greasy. And does not like the idea of ever sleeping on anything that isn't a cushy bed. Yeah. So, no idea. Like I said. This. Alrighty. I mean, this is working quite nicely now. Other than the fact that I have to figure out a way to move these. I probably need to figure out how to move the eggs over. Nah, in general, he has things he likes. Soft blankets. My lap is not always what he wants. He sometimes wants the end of my bed if he's gonna stay in my room. He has his favorite blanket. He has his favorite pillows and things. His favorite boxes. Cat is a cat that knows what he likes. For better or for worse. Oh, that looks... Usually you could sleep a little earlier, so I should be able to sleep any minute when it rains. I wonder if it's intentional. considering I don't feel like it's something they would do. But, oh, there they are. But it makes sense. Like, you don't want to, you kind of want to go to sleep earlier on a rainy day. And maybe it isn't actually earlier, it just looks like it's earlier because of the way the rain is, but... yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna need a lot of glass. We're gonna see how much this gets me. I mean, like I said, I need a little... I think I said it was 4 1/3 stacks, basically. I was gonna need, and even if it's not, I mean, I'm gonna need more glass after that point as well, so... yeah. Also, do I have any more sticks? Hello, Kenny! I mean, cats are cats. I'm sure if my cat thinks he uses mind control. And if he could, he would. But I regret to inform you that he cannot. The... this is so useless. Can't even, yeah. Hello, I'm glad to hear you're doing good. I'm currently working on a slime farm. Or magma cube, getting the frog lake farm up and running. I took a peek at several different, tutorials. None of them did exactly what I needed. It just basically told me I did this the stupidest way possible, and I'm just like, I don't care. At this point, I'm gonna do it my way. But I learned the basics of a decent frog life farm. I'm sorry, I must have misunderstood what you were saying. After all, you said good hellos. As I had asked you how you're doing, so I was like, oh, yeah, good to hear you're doing good. I'm sorry I misunderstood, but I'm glad you're still doing good. I'm so glad you're doing good. Even if I misunderstood. I don't really mind raining. Alright. Alright. Fair enough. Alrighty. There we go. Let's continue selling these. I'm going to try and get enough glass to do what I need by using sticks. Turning glass into sticks. Not you. You. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm playing on Java and not Bedrock, because Bedrock, this would be so much more difficult. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know how that works, honestly. Like, because it's weird that it doesn't work that way for you, but it has worked, or that where lurking counts, because, like, heck, you even popped on and said lurk at the beginning. Pretty sure. Whereas, like, for Snows do whole streams where he lurks. And we'll keep his watch streak going. Until he misses. Full on. It is weird. Very, very nice. How it works. I don't understand it. I'm sorry to hear that. Alright, and then there's you. And then, nope, you can't do anything like that. Okay. I have 1.5 stacks. Okay. I have 2 and a bit stacks. Okay, I have enough to kind of start working towards it. And if I did my math wrong before, I have enough. Hello, Snow. Speaking of snow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think of them in 60% of the time we appear. How you doing? Yes. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. I was about to say I'm glad to hear you're doing yes, I think. Alright, I need more sticks for more emeralds, for more glass. We are going to have... At some point I need to find... At some point I actually need to find a fortress, unfortunately, because I... Well, it's not necessarily unfortunate. It's unfortunately I have to... Yes, Chad's right. I was gonna say, eventually I need to find a fortress, because I would like to go to the end just to kind of be able to get shulker boxes at some point. I do need them. I do feel the need for them at this point. But I have no idea where to look for a fortress, and I don't, as I've said before, I don't want to use chunk base as much as possible. You know? It's kind of frustrating. If I'm being honest. And obviously you can't just find blazes out in the wild. You know? And I think it is like a anymore kind of thing. I think they were able to be found at one point, but beyond that, it's just like, I would like some blazes, ironically. I don't really care about the withers and the skeletons and stuff in this one because, you know, withers are, not my... I don't care too much about how long it takes to break things down and stuff. I probably should, but I don't. But, yeah. No. But, anyway. Beyond that, it's like, it's super frustrating that... It's one of those things I feel like I wish that they would kind of improve on. Weirdly enough, you know? They just kind of won't. I'm not actually sure why. I mean, I know they can't do maps or whatever, right? But I feel like, because, considering they created the recovery compass, right? I kind of feel like what they could do is something akin to another compass kind of thing or something. Like, you could create something that would... And the fact that you can have, like... Like, if they did a structure update, what I kind of wish they would do is that occasionally in a ruined portal frame, you could find a bastion or a fortress compass. Here's my idea here. And obviously it connects to a lodestone in a bastion or a... Huh? Well, No, I was gonna say it would connect to a bastion or a fortress because obviously whoever's using said portal or was using said portal, you know, I mean they're gonna want to go home, right? So even in lore, there's a good reason to do it. But I just mean, and it still basically does the same thing as a map would do. And I guarantee the only reason they don't do it is because they're like, oh, but then you'll get a free lodestone. But lodestones are, let's be honest, they're kind of useless. They aren't like this OP thing. I'm sure they think they are, and they think themselves super clever, but they're not. They look cool. That's about it. I mean, I guess if you want to track something or have the ability to get back to something, it is great for like map making and stuff, but it's just kind of, it's a thing. That's how I would argue it. Overall, it's not gonna like make you better at the game to have a zillion of them. But I'm just saying, like, from everything they've done, I'm not gonna find a way up. I'm gonna let them despawn themselves. I thought about going over and dealing with them, but I kind of didn't. Feel like it? Or I don't feel like it. Oh, I forgot to gather the... I mean, I kind of want the banner, but, like... I don't want a zillion crossbows. I think he's the only one left. Oh, hello? I hear the rest of them. Where are they? Are they down below? And they're doing something. I'm gonna go sleep and then I'll go deal with them. Cause... yeah. Anyway, like I said, I don't know. I feel like I kind of wish they'd do something like that just because I do... like, I'm not saying that they have to, mind you. Just... how did they end up there? Not anymore. I mean, they can, but not unless I get out a potion. Or I use this ominous bottle here. And ominous band. I hate that they changed that. Or maybe they didn't change it on... yeah. It's dumb. I don't know if it's just this banner because I put it down. Yeah. Eh. I mean, it might have already been like this on this, but I just, yeah, I don't like that. Well, they changed it to match with the ominous bottles. They were pillager before, but it's like, well, but now it's dumb. It's like, it made more sense to call it a pillager banner. Or illager banner. Just from the perspective of it is an illager banner. How dark is it? Like, it's weirder to go, it's ominous. Ooh, it's like, it's not ominous. You can call the bottle an ominous bottle if you want. I mean, whatever. Because obviously it's ominous, you wouldn't necessarily know what it's for. But for Pete's sake, a pillager banner, it's gonna be like, well, obviously it's pillagers. Like, maybe call it a pillager bottle. Like... The banner shouldn't give off any, like, the banner doesn't do anything, so there's no real point to it. Having that name. Or as a pillager? Like, yeah. I mean, that's kind of where I'm going to go with it for, like, everything. Is like, I feel like for a lot of these things where they'll rename things, it's like, why? They're doing the same thing on Bedrock where they're renaming all the items, and I'm just like, the match with Java, and I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Like, all you're really doing is going to make a bunch of people annoyed that care about names, right? Especially when some of them are dumb. Like... And I'm pretty sure nobody, like, or very few people really use it as the name. For some of them, for like... Yeah. I'm just gonna up this here for now. Like, I could show you an example. One of them, I now know this is how this is on Java, so I'm like, what? But I only found out because they're updating Bedrock to match, and I was watching a video on that, and I'm like, what? Although I already find some of them kind of dumb anyway, like the concept that the seeds are called wheat seeds. It's like, yeah, I get they make wheat, but technically they're grass seeds. That was my first thought when I heard that. I was like, alright. But the real answer I was really left with is like, why change that on Bedrock to match Java when the fact of the matter is, it's been one way on Bedrock. It's like, you can argue parity all day long if you really want to, but the fact is, it's not really. It's not the kind of parody that anyone would expect for it. It's dumb parody. But, hello, Light. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Sorry you're late. But, like, for example... I spelled that wrong. I didn't even realize this was daylight detector. I've never heard anyone refer to it that way for the most part. Like, I've watched a bunch of, like, Bedrock, Java... And heck, I played Bedrock. The concept that that's now going to be the default on both. It's just like, ugh. It doesn't even sound right. Anyway, sorry, you came in mid-rant. How you doing, Light? Hope you're doing well. And I bet that you guys had no idea either. I'm just saying. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. Oh wait, that's the vending machine one. I need to keep that. No, I'll put it in here for now. But, I mean, part of what never said it was called solar panels. I don't think it's ever been called that, but like every time I've seen someone talk about it, they call it like a. And I know there's people who talk who do probably, you know. I'm just saying, like overall, typically, I mean, I go with it. It's just like daylight sensor. Well, honestly, it falls off the tongue better than daylight detector, and it doesn't even sound right. From a technical standpoint. So it's like, okay, all it says is it is detecting. It doesn't say it's going to do anything with it. Sensor kind of implies there's at least something else going on. Sure. Anyway, overall, I looked at it, I'm like, okay, I feel like this is all just because they want to settle the debate of, like, enchanter versus enchanting, whatever it is on here. Enchantment table versus enchanting table, right? Just kind of left ironically, it was weirdly enough is like one of those kinds of things that just got to touch a nerve. I don't care. Same time, I've seen plenty to be like, that's like the dumbest decision you can make, guys. Yeah. It's like, if you know, you know. Alright, buddy, I need you to... Boo, 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 boo. Not you. Where are you going? I think you're going. I need a ton of... emeralds. Where's the guy that I was trading with first? You. Oh, you're done. Okay. Was there another guy? I think there's like 2 guys I have, right? No, you have an iron golem up hip. Of course you guys do. Are you going to bed? Oh, you are going to bed. Well, I can go to bed too. It'll completely erase my spawn point, and I'll have to make sure I set a spawn point before I go to sleep, but it works. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, yeah. They'll all be different. Not you. Hey, you. Oh, whoops, I forgot to make them sticks. Yeah. Are you coming downstairs or not? I guess not. Nope, can't trade with you. Alright. I mean, that works for me. And then I just need more sticks. Yeah. You guys gonna go work or not? Ugh. Okay. These villagers are very annoying. I'm simply trying to get like I said a little earlier, I'm trying to get emeralds for glass so that I can finish my... Oh, wait, I forgot to set the timer. Let me set the... I haven't started the timer yet. Now the timer has started. I have set timer. Yes. I set a timer. There we go. And let's get all of these emeralds. Woo. Ish. And go through all this just to get like 15 or so. Yeah. Alright, I got that guy filled out. And then we get this guy filled out. And then we make more sticks to sell. And all of this is for... that it is. All of this is just to get glass so that I can work on my magma cube. Or my farm. Alright, I have enough to get quite a bit of glass. But do I have enough villagers? I think not, unfortunately. Yeah, clocks can stack. Alright, in theory, this is enough glass for the bottom half. We're gonna need way more glass than this, but... like... The question becomes, should I get it? Yeah, but yeah, clocks stack. It's one of those things you can think of like, well, then why doesn't all these other things stack that would make a lot of sense for them to stack as well? Honestly, if you think about the things that can stack, it makes the things that can't stack all the weirder, you know? Such as, glass bottles. The fact that they can stack, but then as soon as you put anything in a bottle, they can't stack, makes it very strange. Considering it's not like you can put bottles inside of each other, you know? Yeah. How much longer have I got? Oh, wow. My timing. That was, unexpected. Actually, no, I do need to set my spawn again. Because otherwise, I will die. Luckily, overall, I don't use that word very often. The word the. I just happen to be using it that moment in time. Because of the stupid villagers. Oop. Yeah. I mean, that's the irony, like... there's a high chance I won't need all of this glass, but I might need some. But it's like it's a specific farm too. Like I'm trying to do a frog light farm. And as I said, I did look at a couple tutorials. I'm not gonna go with any of those specifics, mostly because they effectively have two methods. Neither of which was what I was working towards, so you know. Yay. love that? Like, I put all this work in, and you're like, oh, don't do that. And it's like what all the tutorials said. I was just like, but I got the basis. I understand the basics. It should effectively work the same, pretty much. All of them are effectively the same, other than one minor teeny tiny thing, which is that, like, it can be. I mean, the biggest problem with that is that it's also very easy to work around. It's a lot harder for me not to say something like or or even maybe or whatever, because well, for one, like, and the word like if you were to ban that one is a lot harder for me not to not say. Alright, are there annoyances here? Nope, not right now. Good. But, yeah, no, I went on, I'm like, oh, so the consensus is Pierre and Chava. I should either find a bastion. Yeah. Which, you know, I still haven't done that at all, really. I think there might be one. But overall, it's kind of just like, oh, lovely. And then, if you can't find a bastion, it's like, build on the nether roof. And I'm just like, no. I don't think I will. No. See, I'm hitting this the middle click, right? It just doesn't take. This has started frustrating me lately. I think my mouse is either having an issue or the programming. It could be either one. Don't you love that? Alright. Hopefully I don't need that block. I don't think I will, because from what I figured, I should be okay, but there's a high chance I need it. And I was completely having to guesstimate how much I'd already put down, because I wasn't paying enough attention as I did it, so I probably need even more than I already have. Unfortunately. Yeah, I probably need even more than I've already put down. Or there, I had figured for, because I was still guessing. Anyway, like I said, beyond that, though, I don't know what came with the computer. Several years ago. That's why I figure it probably is just getting old. You know? Yeah, I need a little bit more. 3 there. 6 here. And 3 here. That's 12 to figure for that. And then for the interior part here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 35 plus 12. I need 47. I don't have enough. I will have to buy more glass, but I was already anticipating having to buy more glass, so it's fine. Got no idea. I mean, effectively, probably, to some extent. Let's sleep with the chickens. I mean, if you're asking if it has a zillion different buttons, it does not. All I'm saying is it probably just getting old. Hello, Knight. How you doing? You're early. Hope you're doing well. Oh, yeah, we got our vending machine number 2 in place as well. Alright, give me a second. I'm doing the running. I'm just... Yeah. Alrighty. Glad to hear you're doing well. Enough, at least. Like I said, see, we got 2 of these guys in place. We'll have to get the rest of them. We need, like, them to actually spawn, but we'll get the rest of them. It's 1, 2, 3. I mean, that would be easy. Huh? Honest. Alright, let me get more glass. It's gonna be night. No, it's not nighttime because I did sleep. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm like judging it as this, or I was literally just commenting on it. Alright, so if I figured I need 47 left, right? But I'll need more for other things as well, probably. I might as well get more. You? Cool. That's probably more than enough. For now, I definitely will need more, but I don't think there's any more guys that actually have a trade in glass that I've unlocked at least. Oh, there's you. Alrighty, so I only need a little bit of it to turn into the yellow glass, and then everything else is gonna probably get turned into tinted glass. Oh, I don't have any more bone meal. Actually, I might have some bone meal up here. I I do. Perfect. Perfection. Alright, let me go grab the yellow. Ow. And obviously we're going to do it through sunflowers because this is Java, not Bedrock. Why are you carrying around that dirt block? Where'd he go? I mean, obviously he sensed what was coming his way in a second, but, yeah. Still. Anyway. Let's see. I guess the question becomes, like, if there was one thing that you guys would add in Minecraft, what would you add? The 24 right now. Yeah. There we go. And you guys always ask me, I'll ask you. Alright. I know I've got my opinions. Mostly because I feel like I'm otherwise going to be just end up being silent because I'm trying to focus on trying to get everything done, and then just like, well, not everything. Because obviously I can't get everything done, you know? And you could say you have no answer, by the way. That's totally okay. But yeah. Like I said, like earlier, I'm like, I do, like, one of the things you know, fair enough. Is I found myself thinking, I wish that they would add lodestones to fortresses. And then in a ruined portal, you'd have the ability to find a compass to that. Potentially. Much like a treasure map. But obviously the Nether doesn't have an easy way to do maps, you know? A ranged weapon could be good. Although, technically. Or more ranged weapons could be good, rather. Because you could never have enough of those, right? Yeah, you mean like a Paxel? They won't do those because they'll be like, well, there's mods for them. The one thing that is annoying about that sentiment is that it's like, okay, yes, there is probably a mod for it, but at the same time, like, can we be realistic here? And acknowledge that, let me see, how do I put this? Not everything has to be incapable of having or gotten just because there's already a mod. Alright, I should probably actually close this off. Because honestly, damn shield. You know, that actually is a good idea. A better shield. Or potential. I mean, why not? It's not like it'll make the regular shield go down in value. It just, it has more tiers, right? Heck, for that matter, you could then have a netherite shield then. And again, it wouldn't necessarily prevent you from having a shield earlier on. You'd still use it. So it still falls within their whole blah blah blah, right? On the whole, they don't want things to supersede other things, and it's just kind of like, dumb. On that too, but yeah, I mean, that's a logical one. Fits within the aesthetic. It fits in well, rather, in a logical way. Alright. Now here's the thing. I need a bunch of rail. And powered rails, which aren't gonna be that big a deal, because I think I can go into some... Yeah, exactly. They already tier other equipment. Although I think the real answer is I just don't wanna. You know, it's that whole... The problem is, it's like... I feel like to some extent they're logic. You know? More than anything else. Like, I could think 1,000 things that would make sense. From stackable potions to just easy peasy things like, well, I don't need them. Whoops, I did that wrong. I did that wrong. There. But like I was saying earlier, like something I'd love to see was something that would let you deconstruct items. It's the same kind of idea of just kind of being like, I mean, just that fits in with things they've done all along. But they won't do that, you know, because it's like, well, but you could make blah blah or whatever. You could make it in quote unquote OP. But like, I honestly think you should be able to get some of the materials back and deconstruct items for recycling purposes, if nothing else. I mean, I would argue it should be an option. And it would give a better reason to keep that armor that you get from all the zombies and stuff, because... Or whatever you have for XP farm, just because otherwise it's just... basically useless. Alright, I need to look at how many rails I even have. I don't think I have that many. I have one. I hate that it's doing that. So dirt and stone. I think I have a mine shaft down below. Somewhere, maybe? I certainly have some of the materials I could use, but... yeah. I mean, fair enough. Oh yeah, last time it did cut out while I was trying to do things, so... let's... just head back down. Maybe I put away the glass first. Ish. But, like, I found a couple caves I haven't lit up yet, so I didn't go in them. Because I knew you guys would want to be there. This is eventually going to be dirt, but for now it can be glass. You want waffles? Why do you want waffles? Like, out of all the things. Alright, I have food, I have everything. Oh, Lego. Got it. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Here it is. This is perfect now. Alright. We're gonna go down below and we're just gonna light things up. Like I said, I do think like I did leave it, and I'm hoping I know there's some mine shafts down there, so I'm gonna probably actually go pick up the rails now. In fact, I mean that's what it leads right into, isn't it? And I think I have rails up above too. I'm not sure how much I have. And as I've said before, I need to make this less twisty turny. Oh, you made an autocrafter? Fair enough. Oh wait, is that saying something you're saying you'd like them to add? They did. Had one. See, that just shows how little really is known about like how much they focused on the wrong thing in their update. I mean, yeah, you can do that. But yeah, there are in fact... Oh, I don't have the ability to look at it, I guess. Why don't I have the ability to look at it? Is it called an autocrafter? Wow. I don't have the ability to look at it right now because I haven't found whatever the thing is to make that they're like, oh, you can make that recipe, I guess, but... Yeah, they added an autocrafter. I don't know, it's... Straight up. This update. Like I said, they keep focusing on like the trial chambers and everything, and they were leaning so heavy into that, but it was supposed to be a combat and tinkering update. And observers are in the game. That's the thing that's super crazy about it. We got this. I'm gonna need way more than this. Basically, it fills with items. It's an annoying way it works, but basically, I don't have one, obviously, because I haven't made it, but... So you have the ability to basically set it kind of to... Like, unlike this, because this is a regular crafting table, right? They've got it where you can click on these and they can become... So that you can have it set that you can only have materials go into certain places. And then the problem is, obviously, it will fill in as just in general. So you have to have like all sorts of pulses and things set to it. But it brings in the items and then it crafts them if you give it a redstone pulse. I know there's like all sorts of like autocrafter farms and things all over the YouTubes. Because people are like, ah. This is incredible. I mean, basically that they added it. Where's my... You'd add zebras? Fair enough. Zebras are cool. Alright, oh wait, no, it's over here. That's where I need to go. Did that Enderman follow me down here? Hilarious. I do agree, I'm just saying they did add it. I think the biggest issue with it, honestly, in my own opinion, if I was to... Although I did mark out, like I said, the spots I haven't gone into. I found them the last time I was on while I was just gathering tough, because you guys obviously weren't able to be here. I feel like, yeah, they could add more dinos, like the Sniffer. Because Sniffer's clearly a dino, but... Or creatures of that nature. It was up in here, right? Yeah. See, we have a bunch of unmarked caves. Crazy, right? I mean, I did light up a little bit just to kind of try to see if there was any stuff, but... You can see if I die. Stupid zombies. Yeah, I think to me that's a big one. More creatures in general. But I don't think they should be ambient exactly either. Or rather, if they're ambient, I think that's fine that they're all ambient. But I do think that they either need to be like add a bunch that are ambient, or they need to just actually realistically add like uses beyond just kind of what they've been going. I know that they're like, oh, we have to think of it's like you have to think of a use that isn't just you can get meat out of it, right? Then maybe you can just make a couple mobs you can get food out of or whatever, you know? Because why not? Got pigmen. Oh, did I die here? I must have died here at some point. If I have been in these caves, I just died. That could be cool. Pterodactyl. I don't know about writing, but some sort of fantasy creature, that could be cool. Instead, because they're not going to go with like an actual existed kind of thing. You know, that's the sad thing. Aha, semi-rare item. Hello. I would like you. Have I picked up... No, I have. I just haven't picked up these. I'm gonna keep them. I don't know, I think they're cool. You know? Oh. Hello. Huh. Fair enough. I mean... I'm not against that. Let me be clear. I was more saying along the lines of just kind of, I don't think they would do it. My favorite thing, flying. Um, or do you mean the deep dark? I feel like the only thing that's my favorite thing. Yeah, yeah. But the deep dark is to just kind of curse them out. So I just saw a baby zombie. Yeah, spread. Spread that skulk. Yeah, I hit him. Oh. Lovely. Lovely. I don't think this is gonna have any issues. But I'm making sure to light this up just in case. Eh. I'm not gonna kill Thornton. I'm gonna be honest, probably. Not that I just don't have a... Like, I like to... As I said, I prefer to kill things that have a reason to kill them. I don't like how many mobs now, they're like, oh, well,